Welcome to Your Wellness in Mind. I am Eric Dulong.
And I'm Sherry Matheson. This is our third episode of Your Wellness in Mind.
We co-created Your Wellness in Mind in order to bring clarity on various wellness topics, as we believe knowledge is power, the power you need in order to steer your life wherever it needs to be.
We hope you will allow us to become one of your trusted allies that you seek for support when it comes to wanting to improve your health and wellness.
In the second episode about setting successful goals, we share our approach on goal setting. If you watched that episode until the end, you probably remember the Voila approach, which stands for
Visualize, organize, initiate, learn, and acknowledge.
So the first step on our approach is the letter V for visualization, and that is the foundation that will support any personal or professional goals you want to set for yourself, as the vision helps define goals by giving you a framework to evaluate those goals. The vision is the hope and the dream that brings sense to your sweat at the gym, the sore muscle after it, the long hours at figuring out a problem, or the bruise after winning an important tournament. That is why we went to the moon. We have an international space station, smartphones, cars, and many other things that were successfully created. For sure, we have to say that sometimes created with pain after a few failures, but with a desire to fulfill that clear vision that one day we had for ourselves.
In this episode, we want to explore the power of visualization. We will focus on the V of the Voila approach. In order to let you sit in that experience, though, we will wait until the next episode to share the research and theories about what is happening in our brains when we use visualization. The best way to understand the power of visualization is to experience it. But first, an important note about visualization is to not take it so literally. For instance, if you were to notice certain things, for example, you're not living in the same city you live in now, or you don't see anyone you know, it's important not to make anything up, as it does not mean they are not alive. This exercise is not about predicting your future, it is more about connecting to that essence of your best self. The other thing to mention is that there is around 10 to 15% of the population where visualization does not work for them. Eric is now going to take you through a visualization exercise that will bring you to different moments with your future self. So get into a comfortable position, relax, and get ready to meet your future self. Let's take 3 deep breaths to get ready.
Imagine yourself sitting in a comfortable and quiet large time capsule. There is plenty of oxygen and you can feel a nice breeze refreshing you. You're calm and ready to go explore your future self. A screen appears in front of you and projected on it are numbers. They count down from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise off the floor. Large glass doors on one side of the room open to reveal a peaceful natural landscape. And your capsule, with you comfortably sitting in it, slowly drift outside. Your capsule starts to descend, then land, and you find yourself quietly observing your future self exactly a year from now. You are contented, healthy, and doing something that you love. What is it that you are doing?
How do you look? How do you feel? When you feel that you have captured all the emotion and sensation you are experiencing in that scene, sit back and just relax. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise again and drift up and away to another place, 2 years into the future. Again, you have the opportunity to observe your future self. Where are you now? What is it that you are doing? How do you look? How do you feel? Do you want to talk to your future self? If so, approach and ask a question you burn to know the answer. Once you have the response, and when you feel that you have captured all the emotions and sensation you are experiencing in that scene, sit back and just relax. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise again and drift up and away to another place, 3 years into the future. Again, you have the opportunity to observe your future self. Where are you now? What is it that you're doing? How do you look? How do you feel? When you feel that you have captured all the emotions and sensation you are experiencing in that scene, sit back and just relax. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise again and drift up and away to another place, 4 years into the future. Again, you have the opportunity to observe your future self. Where are you now? What is it that you are doing? How do you look? How do you feel? When you feel that you have captured all the emotions and sensation you are experiencing in that scene, sit back and just relax. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise again and drift up and away to another place, 5 years into the future. This place is by a beautiful and peaceful lake. Watch as the sun begins to set over the stunning mountains. As the moon appears in the sky, you see your future self. You approach each other, smiling and feeling at ease. How do you look? How do you feel? As you stand together by the lake, the moon reflected in its water, you ask your future self one question. Now, just listen carefully. After receiving your answer, you say thank you. Turn and walk back to your capsule. You sit back down in your capsule and just relax. Slowly, your capsule starts to rise and drift up and away. Your capsule approaches a house, and large glass doors open to allow your capsule to drift into the same room you started your journey in. Your capsule starts to descend and then lands gently in that same room you were at the beginning. A screen appears in front of you, and on it are projected numbers. They count up from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, slowly open your eyes and find yourself sitting comfortably where you are.
It's important to take a few minutes and capture anything that stuck out for you and anything your future self had to say to you.
To help you document your journey, we have some questions on the screen that will be guiding you. Take your time, feel the emotions, feel the sensation, remember the sound, the smells that were surrounding you during your journey of meeting your future self.
Put us on pause and answer the questions on the screen.
To solidify even further the experience and to help reconnecting to your vision of future self, you can create a collage or draw the images that will help you tell the story of what you saw or to evoke the same positive emotions. We hope that you experience the power of visualization and keep it in mind as we will explore and organize that vision in the next episode of Your Wellness in Mind. If you were in the 10 to 15% of the population that cannot do a visualization, we invite you to ask yourself this question. What would I do if I won $50 million at the lottery? That might trigger something interesting to explore and document.
Absolutely. Please feel free to share with us your experience of meeting your future self, either privately via email or on our Facebook page with all our other Your Wellness in Mind followers.
Yes, we will be happy to read about your experience with the future self visualization exercise.
We enjoyed creating this episode of Your Wellness in Mind and guiding you through the experience of your future self to support you in achieving your health and wellness goals.
We have more interesting topics about wellness that we will cover in future episodes of Your Wellness in Mind. In the next episode, we will cover the second step of the Voila approach, which is the O for organize, and start with sharing with you the research and studies on what is happening in our brain when we use visualization.
Thank you, and don't forget,
You're not alone. Bye for now.